Hello and welcome back to another one of these review videos. I'm back today with this Marklin set. It's number 48924 and it's for Fritz Homann in Dissen. So I did a review of a wagon similar to this. I'll put the link in the description below. That other wagon is a complimentary addition to this set. This one here has 3 items in it: a tanker, a box car and a truck. So this model I did get second hand. It's presented in the normal Marklin box. It's got a cardboard sleeve and a polystyrene tray. This one is starting to get a bit yellowed down the corners here. I think that's just with age. I'll check up on when this was actually released. One other thing to notice is that this symbol is indicating that this is for 3-rail operation, so if you're using it on something like Hornby or Pico, it will short out the tracks. So the cardboard sleeve just lifts off quite easily as normal, and inside we have the set. So you can see that it comes with 2 wagons, this truck, and also I didn't mention this on the outside of the box, but we do have these cards as well. These are quite attractive drawings of the items that you get in the box. So here is the tanker wagon and the factory and the box car as well. And on the back there is some information. It's in German, but if you can use Google Translate or something like that, you can figure out what this is in English. Interestingly enough, this one's numbered 6, 7 and 10, which would make me think there's maybe some of these cards missing from this set, or perhaps you can get these cards from somewhere else to complement the set and have all the numbers. Right, let's put these to one side and have a look at the models. So this here is the tanker wagon, obviously, and it's quite a nice little one here. It does have a lot of graphics on it and a lot of printed lettering, especially on the chassis here. As usual, Marklin are very good at printing on their models, and this one is no exception. You can see the level of detail in what is being printed here. It's quite clear, and it's also very small. Some of these things, especially this darker red writing here, isn't actually legible by the naked eye, but you can probably see it here on the video. And you can also see the number here, 579551. At this end, it's got a brakeman's cab, and it's got a nice silver roof to it. It's quite detailed. There's no glazing in it though, but it is quite a nice little addition. And it has this railing here, which is quite brittle. I think this might break. I've seen other ones where it's more pliable. This one's quite brittle. And it also has steps going down here molded onto the chassis, and it's quite brittle as well, so these might break if you're not very careful. So on this side of the tanker, you can see that it has a little tap here which is very nicely molded, and it doesn't have all the panels like on the other side of the tanker, but it does have the ladder going up to the top, and it's got a really nice representation of railings at the top of the tanker there. So underneath, it's just a one-piece molding, but it does have these cantilever couplings, and it's nice to have them there anyway, and they work very well. So that's the tanker wagon. Let's go and have a look at the box car now. So this is a very typical Marklin model, and it's just presented here in yellow with these graphics on the side of it. Again, the printing is very good, and even between the planks of the simulated wood on the moulding here, the printing is still very clear and accurate. You see the number there is 579027. And there's other things printed here, especially on the chassis. They're very small, and you can't see some of these with the naked eye again, but it's quite incredible that Marklin can get such level of detail in their printing. At this end, you can see a bit more details about Fritz Homann, and there's this graphic as well, which is very nicely presented. At this end of the wagon, there is these metal handrails that have been added, and at the other end there is also a brakeman's cab. This time it's peaked, but it has these metal railings coming down the side, and also these steps. I think the steps are plastic. This one unfortunately is missing a buffer here. That's a bit of a shame. I think it's also missing the steps at this side. So here on the roof, it's painted silver. It has these 2 vents, but one of the things that's really nice is that it has this guttering as well down the side. Don't know if you can see that there in the video, but that's really well done. I'm quite impressed with that. It's almost like a double roof. Again, there's no glazing in the brakeman's cab, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it's not really detracting too much from this model. Underneath, it's the same as the tanker. We've got cantilever couplings and a representation of brake gear here. It's not anything spectacular, but it's okay. And this one has got 2 steps as well. These can easily break off, but it's good that this one hasn't. So let's now have a look at the truck. So this has some printing on the side of the truck here. It's like a grey tarpaulin, and it's got a very nice representation at the back here of the tarpaulin having been rolled up and secured up there, so you can see inside the truck at the back. The tarpaulin is made of plastic, but the truck bed here is made of metal. The chassis is plastic as well though, and the front of the truck is made of metal, the same as the bed. It has some nice glazing as well, and a really nice representation of the grille and the lights at the front, including this number plate. It doesn't have a number on it, but that's okay. And you can see that there is a difference in colour in the wheels, which are made of plastic, and the body, which is made of metal. I think that's just something that's been done cheaply because it's yellow plastic, it's unpainted, and the body is painted. That's a bit of a shame that they're different colours. That would annoy me a little bit. Here in the corner between the cab and the truck bed, you can see that the painting hasn't gone all the way in there. That's a bit of a shame. It's obviously been spray painted and it hasn't gone in there because it's been at the wrong angle. This is a Marklin model. You can see it on the bottom there. It says Marklin, made in Germany. The standard of painting on this isn't up to the normal Marklin standard. You can also see it here on the other side in between the two parts. So that's a bit of a shame. But aside from that, this is actually quite a nice little model. So let's see how much all of these items weigh. So the tanker weighs 31 grams, the boxcar weighs 66 grams, and the truck weighs 23 grams. So overall, this set from Marklin is quite an attractive three-piece set advertising this company. The colours are very vibrant and the yellow is certainly eye-catching. Each of the wagons has their own character, and the addition of the brakeman's cab, especially on the tanker, is really quite a nice addition. And the truck is very nicely done, and the tarpaulin cover is especially good. You can actually take that off if you wanted, but the only thing letting down the truck is the colour of the wheels, which doesn't match the rest of the body. That's a slight omission. I think they've done that to make this cheap. The quality on the wagons is very good though. They're not a fantastically detailed set of models, but they've got enough parts that make them interesting, and the graphics and the colour obviously makes them stand out. So this is a really nice, interesting set to add to your collection, and the fact that there's additional models which you can add to this set to make it even more interesting is quite attractive as well. So I would recommend you add this to your collection if you can find one. So I'll put these on the turntable so you can see all around. In the meantime, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe for more like this. But that's it for today. See you next time.